I'm over here. Hey, here I am up here, over here. No, not there, here. Wow, this place is as busy as 5th Avenue and 42nd Street. Of course it is, 5th Avenue and 42nd Street. I'm here at the Central Research Library of the New York Public Library. I wanted to meet you here because it's such a neat place, a special place like all libraries. Oh, not all libraries are as big as this one. Yours will probably look more like this. Wow. All libraries do have things in common, though. They're filled with fun things as well as information to help solve problems. After all, isn't that the reason everybody comes to the library? Let's check it out.
I came to the library because it's a nice place to come during your lunch hour. You can sit outside of the library and eat your lunch, listen to music, and when you're done, you can go inside and look at the exhibits and enjoy yourself for an hour or two every day.
I came here to do a genealogy research.
Well, I came to do research for a trivia column that I write in my school newspaper.
I go to the library because I can pick out books that I don't have at my home.
I come to the library to listen to the record collection.
Well, I'm an actor, and I come here to read up on some reading materials about acting, plays, and things like that.
There's a lot of music here because I'm a frustrated singer and performer, and there's endless material in here that I could never find anywhere else, and it's practically my second home.
I like to read about Indian history and listen to music.
I come to the library to read the paper.
I came to the library today to sketch.
To play games, and see films. Nobody's at my house.
To do homework, for entertainment.
And I love the library. I recommend it to everyone.
Well, personally, I go to the library, too. Well, I'll tell you that later. Right now, let's take a look inside a library. There are answers to a lot of interesting questions at the library, like, where does the word astronaut come from? Or, why do kiwi birds jump up and down on the ground? Or, what did George Washington Carver have to do with a peanut? That's what my friend Kelly found out when she had to do a report for school.
Right.
Hi, Kelly.
Oh, hi, Miss Vasquez.
Need some help?
I don't think anybody can help me. I'm doing this report on George Washington Carver. It has to be 3 pages long, and there's only 3 paragraphs in the encyclopedia. So that's that.
You mean you're giving up? Just like that? I'm sure there are other resources. Magazine articles, pamphlets. I'll be happy to help you go through the catalog.
I don't think.
There must be a book or two on a subject.
I don't have time to read a whole book. My report's due next week.
But you don't have to read a whole book. Sometimes you can find just the information you need if you know how to use the different parts of a book.
Oh, why bother? I'll just use the encyclopedia. Maybe if I write big, there'll be enough for 3 pages.
Just wanted you to know that there are alternatives.
Yeah, but this is the way I've always done my reports.
I thought now that you're going into the 6th grade that you might want... I hate to see you become a copying machine.
Copying machine? I'm not copying, exactly. Just using what's here. Let's see. George Washington Carver was a famous agricultural scientist, period.
One thing, though.
Doing it this way sure gets boring. He worked at Tuskegee Institute.
Hello. Let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. George Washington Carver, scientist in residence, Tuskegee Institute.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. I'm Kelly O'Brien, 6th grader in residence, Elmview Elementary School.
You don't seem a bit surprised to find yourself here.
A little, but that's okay. I mean, this is only a dream, right? I must have fallen asleep in the library or something. Nice place. What are you working on?
Trying to find alternative uses for the peanut.
Alternative uses for the peanut? Only one thing you can do with the peanut. Eat it. There aren't any alternatives.
There are alternatives for everything, young lady. Now, are you working on anything?
Yes, a report.
A report? What's your report about?
I'd rather not say.
Well, your report is a good example. You can see how silly it would be to rely on just one source of information for your report. Let's say a source like...
The encyclopedia?
Exactly. Now, the encyclopedia is a good source, but it's only one. When you do a report, I'll bet you consider many sources of information.
Oh, sure.
Name some. Name some.
Well, there's lots.
Indeed.
Too many to mention.
Exactly. You know, it can be very exciting for you.
Listen. Dream or no dream, I'm sure you're very busy, Dr. Carver, so if you'll excuse me, I think I'll just pinch my... Ow! I knew it was a dream. Hey, wait. Where is everybody? Where is everybody? Oh, no, I'm locked in the library.
For heaven's sake, Kelly, don't be so melodramatic.
Boy, am I glad to see you. I thought I was locked in the library.
What a silly idea. You ought to know that nobody gets locked in a library in real life.
But we are locked in the library.
Therefore, this is not real life.
What?
It's very simple. You're still asleep. You're still dreaming.
Okay, let's go over work on my report.
Right.
Then I fell asleep and I dreamt I met George Washington Carver.
Right.
Then I pinched myself and woke up.
Wrong. You're still dreaming.
Because nobody gets locked in a library. I know, but what am I supposed to do now?
Well, there are lots of things here.
I guess I could work on my report, but the thing is, I don't know if it'll count, this being a dream.
Well, it might be interesting.
I guess so. Will you help me?
Gee, Kelly, I'd really like to, but I have a date. I'm going out with Clark Kent.
Superman?
Kelly, you dream your dreams and I'll dream mine. There he is now. I have to split.
I know why this is happening. I know why this is happening. This is the last time I have peanut butter and bologna sandwiches for lunch. The encyclopedia's a good source, but it's only one. What are some alternatives? Miss Vasquez said there was a book. Two books. I better write down both of them so I have a choice. Boy, Kelly, you learn fast. Here it is. I don't know how long this dream's gonna be, but I bet it's not gonna be long enough for me to read this whole book. What was it Miss Vasquez said?
I said you don't have to read the whole book. Sometimes you can use parts of a book to help you get the information you need.
Oh, yeah. Parts. Table of contents. I guess that's a part of a book. It gives you an idea of what's in it. Where was this lab? Tuskegee? Wonder what chapter that's in. Index. I can just turn to those pages and see what it has to say. Hey, what's this? Bibliography. Black Reconstruction. Up from Slavery by Booker T. Washington. Gee, these are all books that have something to do with George Washington Carver. This must be what Miss Vasquez meant about using parts of a book. No cord. But then why would there be? Hello?
Hello, Kelly. This is George Washington Carver.
Yes, I was wondering if you were going to show up again in this dream.
I just called to remind you of something I said earlier.
What?
The trick is not to limit yourself.
But Dr. Carver, using this book is a really good idea.
If you get a good idea, think a little more. Maybe you can come up with a better one. Hold on a minute, will you, Kelly?
Think a little more.
Kelly, I have to go. I think I just came up with 301. Bye.
I could use a hand. Thanks. Well, maybe there are some more alternatives. Let's see. I know the encyclopedias and dictionaries are located in the reference section. But what else is there? What's over here? Periodicals. Magazines. Newspapers. Hey, what's that? Microfilms. How neat. Wow. I wonder how you look things up in the periodical section. Maybe when I wake up, I'll ask someone. Media Center. This is kind of like window shopping. Come to think of it, window shopping is a way of looking for alternatives.
Welcome to the Media Center. This is where we make available such things as films and recordings, of which I am one. Our latest edition is a film entitled Famous Scientists, which highlights the careers of Marie Curie, Alexander Hook, and George Washington Carver.
George Washington Carver?
Yes, George Washington Carver. Quite a coincidence, huh?
He's in this film? What a great idea. Maybe I can check this film out, and if it's any good, show it as part of my report. All right. Let's see.
Kelly.
What?
Kelly.
What? What are you doing here?
I work here, remember?
But where's Superman?
Metropolis?
This may seem a little strange, but am I awake or am I dreaming I'm awake?
No, I think you're awake now. And we're going to be closing pretty soon, so if you're going to finish your report, you'd better hurry up.
Okay. Thanks. Let's see. Dr. Carver discovered 300 alternate uses for the peanut. Alternatives. Miss Vasquez, you mentioned something about a book, and I was wondering if the Media Center might have something I could use for my report. Oh, by the way, if I come back tomorrow, do you think you could show me how to look things up in the periodical section?
But, Kelly, I thought you didn't want to bother with anything like that.
Well, generally speaking, the more alternatives you have, the better off you are.
Who told you that?
Oh, I don't know. I heard it someplace.
So Kelly found out there are all kinds of sources of information at the library. Magazines, newspapers, encyclopedias, and books. Lots of books. And there's more, too. Posters, brochures, maps, films, television programs, pictures, even records. And maybe best of all, librarians. If you can't find something you want or can't figure out how to use some equipment, a librarian will help. And that's important if you have a real problem on your hands. Oh, it doesn't have to be a school problem like a report. It could be something else. Take Kathy, for instance. It all started like this.
Let's go tell Barbara.
Hello, Kathy. Can you tell me what's going on here?
Yeah, they just put up a poster about an ice skating competition.
Oh, well, I take it you're going to enter.
Yeah, I think so, in the freestyle competition.
Freestyle. Can you tell me what that means?
Well, that's when they give you so much time on the ice, like 2 minutes, and you make your own program up. Hey, wait. Slow down. We seem to have a problem here, Kathy. Now you want to do as well as you can in that competition, right? How are you going to go about it? I mean, what's your plan? I have to return these books. Maybe I'll just hang around for a while. It'll be quiet here. Maybe I can do some thinking, get some ideas, use my guide, and weigh things yourself. I'm a strong skater, no problem there. I know my basic figures, I've got the technique, but I really don't know much about freestyle competition. I'm gonna need a lot of information. And to get that information, I guess I'll have to do a lot of research. That'll be my plan then, my strategy. I'll do a lot of research first, then see what I come up with.
What do you hope to find in these old newspapers?
Well, I had this idea. See here? Here's a news clipping from last year. They hold the same competition every year. That means they've had winners before. Maybe some of the same judges, coaches, reporters, or even fans who know what's expected from the skaters, who remember the best routines, who know some of the history.
Oh, by the way, Kathy ended up doing really well in the competition. But you don't need to have a problem like Kathy's to come to the library. Maybe you just want to find out about something extraterrestrial.
Marty, wake up, wake up. Wake up, Marty, wake up. Ever since my friend Pete moved to the city, his parents let him stay over a lot at my house in the summer. The night before the day before Pete was supposed to go home, we went camping, and this really weird thing happened. We heard all these dogs barking. Then we saw a UFO. No joke, it was there and we really saw it.
What if it's getting a beat on us or something? Shut up or it will.
The problem was, nobody would believe us. We decided to prove we'd seen something. The first thing we did was figure out all our clues.
Unidentified flying objects. The term UFO, short for unidentified flying object, was introduced in 1953 by the U.S. Air Force. The Condon Report, a scientific study of UFOs. In 1948, the U.S. Air Force began to maintain a file of UFO reports called Project Blue Book. The first men will probably land on the moon before 1970. Excuse me, sir. Could you help me?
Sure, what do you need?
I need some up-to-date information about UFOs.
Well, did you check our card catalog? There are lots of books listed there.
Yes, sir, but all the new books are checked out, and the ones I skimmed are pretty old.
Well, there's one other source we might check. It lists all sorts of organizations by their interest. I know there are lots of groups interested in UFOs.
Really?
Yeah, take a look. It tells how to get in touch with each group and also what publications they put out.
Wow, this is great. Can I run this on the copying machine?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm gonna call all these groups for my...
That's another thing about libraries. They're a place for the future. 10, 50, 100 years from now, people will be coming here to learn about the past, just like we do today. Sort of like a time capsule. See what I mean about libraries being special? You know why I like to come to the library? Sometimes it's just nice to sit back and relax and enjoy it. If there's something of interest that you'd like to spend more time with, check it out. There's something here for everybody.
Thank you. Come again.
So why don't you check it out at your library?